All right, so now you know that everyone sees math differently. Everyone's brain is unique. And some of us may be very artistic, some of us may be very musical, some of us may be very sporty. And while we now have the belief that we could, if I'm a very sporty person, I will be the first one to say I am not the best singer, but I also have a belief that if I put forth the effort and had enough private lessons with Mrs. Barlow, that I could sing and I could understand everything that our very musically inclined classmates can do. So knowing that my brain can learn anything, I also know that everyone's brain is different. And some of our brains are more wired or have more strengths than other people. So knowing that, we can help ourselves learn math if we know where our strengths are. So today's lesson, this assignment is to kind of help you see where is your natural intelligence. Where like what kind of smart are you? Even though we know that we could all be smart in different ways, we're kind of naturally inclined to certain ways. That's just how our brain works. Our brains are all different. So what you're going to do today, I'm going to take you through this little assignment. This is a multiple intelligence quiz. For each statement, you are going to choose the numbers 1 through 4. You're going to place a 1 if this is not like you at all. Like, I enjoy math and numbers. I'm probably going to say like 2. Because, like, while I don't hate them and not enjoy them, they're not my favorite. It's only a little bit like me. Okay. I like making lists. That's a lot like me. So I'm going to put 3. I like brain teasers and puzzles. Not really. I like to ask why questions. I do like to ask why. I like to do things one step at a time. That also sounds like me. Okay, now this body smart one, I like to move or fidget when sitting. Oh my goodness, I always, that is definitely me. I enjoy playing in active sports. That is also me. I like working with my hands. Let's get my face out of the way. Kind of, nah, it's a little me. Yeah, I prefer to be moving rather than sitting down. Yes, that's a lot like me. I like to think through problems while I walk or run. Not so much me. Okay. And then once you've done this, you're going to tally up. So my logic smart, 2 plus 3 is 5, 6, 7, 10, 13. So my logic smart score is 13. My body smart score, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I'm going to do this with all of these. You'll see that besides like logic smart and body smart, there's a nature smart, a word smart, and let's see, word smart, nature smart, people smart, self smart, picture smart, and music smart. Now, just reading those, hearing me read them, you might be like, oh, I know where I'll get a high score, right? So then, after you've kind of gone through all 8 of those intelligences, you're going to look at your total scores. And you're going to see which intelligence did you score the highest on. And there might be like 2 that are fairly high. Okay, you might be word smart and music smart, right? So after you've done that, you're then going to get your multiple intelligence review and you're going to write that down. I am body smart. Sorry for the handwriting. And once you figured that out, this says this means it's easy for me to, it is difficult for me to. Now you might be like, well, I don't know. I just took the quiz. So you're going to come down here. And this second document has the different intelligences and it kind of breaks it down. So if you're body smart, it means you think by being able to move around. You're probably good at sports. You probably love PE, right? So knowing that you're a body smart, like that's your intelligence, then what helps you learn? Well, role playing. Role playing is when you're acting stuff out. Asking for a break. If you're like been sitting all class, raise your hand and say, Mrs. Matson, can we have a brain break? We haven't had a brain break yet. Okay. Hands-on activities. I'm going to use a lot of manipulatives in class this year. So ask to use those. Going on field trips, changing seats, crafts, fidgets. If that's you, then you know that now. You know that's just how your brain works. It's not good or bad. It's just you, which is awesome. Okay. So these are some things that just like you might want to look into. You might be thinking about. These might be jobs that you might be awesome at. Okay. You might be I know a lot of my students are very music smart. and they think using rhythms and melodies. And they're my students that when I put in like a song, they love a song to like teach a math concept, like our skip counting songs. They love those. They memorize them. It helps them skip count. They love it. Okay. It also helps them in math. There's lots of patterns. Music has a lot of patterns, half notes, quarter notes, right? And math has a lot of patterns. So you're going to be looking for those as I'm teaching and as you're learning. You're going to be looking for patterns because that's how your brain works. Okay. So you're going to find out what intelligence your brain has, and you're going to read the page for you, and then you're going to come back, and now you have enough information to go through this. So if you are body smart, I'm going to say this means, well, it means that I learned through moving and I learned with my hands, right? So it also means it's easy for me to move. Okay, it's difficult for me to sit still. So three strategies that can help me learn are, well, I can get out of my seat and move around with permission, and that will help me. What are some other ones? Let's go back to that body smart. I can role play. I can like act out and like think of steps in math as like steps in how to do a basketball layup or something. Okay. Using manipulatives. I know that if Mrs. Madsen has an extra task where there's manipulatives, things involved, that I'm going to be doing that because that's how my brain works. So I'm going to write down those three things. And maybe you already know things that work for you, and you can write down those as well. Okay. So objective for this is I want you to learn more about yourself, about how your brain works, and I want you to apply that to learning. If you're a very wordy person and you're really good with words, then I want you to be able to figure out how using words will help you in math class this year. All right. Y'all are amazing. You have amazing brains. I love this. I love seeing how many different intelligences we have in our classroom because we always have a huge variety. Y'all are awesome. See you next video.